welcome to the Captain Saver Bro Show, episode 10, The Invisible Ceiling, Energy Vampires. That's right, fellas, if you feel like you can't come up, you feel like you can't, you feel like you hit a plateau in your life, if you've ever felt like that, I'm going to tell you exactly why today. But before we get into that, I want to say that this show is available via Spotify, Apple Music, Google Podcasts, YouTube. So wherever you want to see, all the major platforms, you can check this show out. Go check it out on all those platforms. This episode is also brought to you by the Ultimate Ladies Man Summit at ultimatelady'sman.com. Fellas, April 4th is next week. Next week, it will be open for enrollment from April 4th through April 8th. You want to get on the wait list right now. This is going to be huge. 3 courses, Attraction 101, How to Make a Woman Fall in Love with You, and the Ultimate Ladies Man Dating Guide. 5 training webinars from some of the best coaches in the game. A year worth of webinars. 2 webinars per month, bi-weekly webinars. You get bi-weekly webinars for the next year. You also get private access to me in a Telegram chat. You cannot miss this. You're not going to find this type of deal with this type of game nowhere else on the internet. Go get on the wait list right now at ultimatelady'sman.com, April 4th, or we're going to be open for enrollment. Also, fellas, join the Patreon at patreon.com/KingDreism. The $5 tier you're going to be getting. Once we launch this Ultimate Ladies Man, then we're going to start putting videos on the Patreon. So join the bottom tier, you get the videos, and then you join the $100 tier, you'll get bi-weekly, you'll have access to the bi-weekly Zoom meetings that we do, to help you out with your game, coaching calls, basically group sessions, private group sessions via Zoom. Bi-weekly, you'll have access to that if you're on the $100 tier of Patreon. So get on the Patreon, patreon.com/KingDreism. Also, guys, follow me on social media at King Dreism. All social media, IG, TikTok, and Twitter, and on YouTube. I'm the Captain Saver Bro Show. So put in the search bar, Captain Saver Bro Show, and I should come up on YouTube. But anyway, let's get straight into it. All right, so back when I first started, man, I got a concerning email from a gentleman. This was a couple years ago. And if this is you, I want you to reach out to me because I want to know the progress. But I got this email a couple years ago, and this is and I get emails. I've probably gotten hundreds to maybe thousands of emails at this point, right, that I've gone through. This one sticks out the most to me, and it wasn't a long one. But when I read his email initially, which was maybe 3 years ago, I didn't have a large following. I probably had 100 views on that live stream. Oh, up until now, like now you go back and look at it, it's 100 views on it. So, and very important episode, and I wanted to kind of bring this up again because I have a larger audience now, and I think this applies well, especially this specific email, because a lot of guys have been through stuff like this, and I've kind of been through shit like this. You know what I'm saying? But this is an old situation. So my man, if you still follow me, I would like you to reach out to me and let me know. I would like you to reach out to me and let me know what's up with your situation. But let's get straight into it. He hit me up and he said, "Brother, so I have this Ethiopian girl. We met a year and some change ago. The relationship started off cool, then shit started taking a downward spiral. I myself am formerly incarcerated, meaning he got out. He was in prison before, right? I'm out here trying to get back on track. So the problem is that her expectations of what I should be at this time." Right. So he said, "I'm out here trying to get back on track." Right. And then he goes to say, "So the problem is her expectations of what I should be at this time are not equaling up to what I am. Let me give you an example. So I had a bucket." Now, guys, a bucket, for those who don't know, a bucket is like hood slang or urban slang for a beater car, like a car that's not good, something that just gets you from point A to point B. That's what a bucket is, a bucket or a slider or something like that. So he had a car that wasn't too good. It wasn't too attractive, right? So he said, "I had a bucket for about 7 months. Then it got stolen. So I bought another one for work. And she told me to replace it or she couldn't fuck with me." So he got the car. He got the car, and she told him to he got the car. It got stolen. He bought another one. She told him he needed to replace the car or she couldn't fuck with him, right? And he says, this was one of her many negative feelings towards my progress. Also, she has friends, and he put dudes in parentheses who she claims she is on some friendly shit with, but I have my doubts. But she tells me about how nice their cars are, or how I should get something like them. Man, I don't know if I should listen to this bitch and step my game up, or ditch the bitch, or ditch the bitch and step my game up. I don't know, man. So he said he don't know whether he should listen to her and step his game up and stay with her, or ditch her but still step his game up. And he said, what do you think? Now, first and foremost, now I already coached my dude through this, but this is for you guys, right? I want you guys to listen to that and not put yourself in the situation, but you know, if you can relate to something like that, then this is for you. And first things first, fellas, you never ever live in the prisons of a bitch's expectations. That's the worst place to be. That's the worst prison to be in, is to living up under some expectations that somebody else set of you, that somebody else placed their expectations on you. A bitch done put her, projecting onto you, and now you live in the way that you think that she should live. Don't ever go out like that, man. You know what I'm saying? That's all bad. You see what I'm saying? You a man, you a leader, you live how you want to live. Fuck what a bitch think. If she don't like you, fuck her. If she don't like you, I gotta stop. I'm gonna try to stop cursing. But if she don't like you, but it's just hard, man. If she don't like you, to hell with her, bro. Go find you somebody else that do like you. But you don't have to live in the prison of, fuck, and not alone, let alone a woman, but anybody's expectations, society expectations, your parents' expectations, your friends, whoever. You live for you. That's when you free, when you living and doing what you want to do. You understand what I'm saying? Now, as a man, right, you got to have some dignity. Like, have dignity regardless of what your financial situation is. You never let your money situation make you feel like you have to tolerate people like that, or tolerate a woman like that that's putting you down. Whether you broke or rich, you don't have to tolerate that. You see what I'm saying? I know when you don't have it, you feel like, when you don't have it, you feel less than, and you feel like, well, at least she tolerate me and she here with me while I'm down and all this shit. So at least I have to tolerate that, or, to get what I need, or to get the love that I need, or support, or sex, or whatever, that I have to tolerate that because I don't have my shit together. You don't have to tolerate that bullshit. You don't have to tolerate stress from no woman. You understand what I'm saying? And this chick don't even have a fucking car, right? She trying to have she don't have a car, but she got an opinion on yours, right? That's crazy to me. You feel me? She can't. Think about that. Just think about that. It ain't even no words to even, like, bitch, please, how you gonna criticize my car and you don't have your own, right? So I hit him up, right? I hit the dude up, and he told me a little bit more about her situation. She had got some school money or something like that. He said she got some money in the bank or whatever. She was like clowning his money situation, and that she had, money in the bank or whatever. And so I told him, and this was a back and forth exchange through the DMs. So my thing to him was like, you have to think about this, right? This chick got money. She's supposed to be your girl, right? She's supposed to be your girl. But she got money. She see that you struggling. She see that you trying to come up, and she ain't even trying to help you get on your feet, right? She ain't trying to help you get on your feet. She ain't trying to put it in your life. She ain't trying to pour into you so you can grow. And she see you just got out of prison. She see that, she see that you trying, and you trying to get somewhere, and you trying to make it, and you trying to elevate. But all she doing is putting you down, and she's sitting on bread. That couldn't be me. Ain't no way that I could be down on my luck, but my bitch balling out of control, right? Or not even balling out of control, but my bitch ain't trying to help me get nowhere. Like, there ain't no way in the hell that ain't happening. Not King Dre, and it shouldn't be with you. If a chick gonna fuck with you while you down, and she got it, make her help you. You see what I'm saying? Tap them pockets, bro. And if a woman was about you, if a woman loved you, if a woman wanted to see you do good, you wouldn't even have to ask her to do that. she gonna want to do that. She gonna want to pour her to her man so he can be great or do what she can do to help him. You see what I'm saying? And the bitch got all this money and shit. And then he was telling me that she don't even have a driver's license. You see what I'm saying? Like, you dealing with this chick, she claimed to have her shit together, right? She claimed to have her, not claimed to have her shit together, but she bragging about the money she got from however she got it. But she not trying to help you. She ain't even got no car. She ain't even got no, she ain't even got no fucking driver's license and shit. But you letting this garbage ass bitch make you feel bad about yourself. You see what I'm saying? Bitch, garbage, really. But you letting her opinions, you in the prisons of her expectations and in the prison of her opinions, and it's making you feel bad about yourself. You got to have more dignity than that. You got to love and value yourself more than that, right? Now, she comparing my man to other dudes, like, oh, my friends got good cars and you need a good car too, right? That's disrespectful, and hanging with them dudes is disrespectful too. I already told y'all what happens when your girls start hanging with dudes and entertaining other dudes. It's disrespectful. Go look at the 10 levels of disrespect, right? And if you think for 1 second, right, if you got a girl and you think for 1 second and she hanging out with dudes and you think for 1 second and she comparing you to them about, they got this, why you ain't got this, and you allowing it, if you think for 1 second they ain't fucking her, you insane. You see what I'm saying? You are insane. No ifs, ands, or buts about that, right? And another thing, you don't make changes because he asked me, should I make changes? Should I make the necessary changes for her and stay with her? Or no, you should not. You don't make changes to appease no woman. You make changes for yourself because you know you need to be the best version of yourself. You don't change yourself to accommodate no woman, because once you do that, it ain't gonna be enough for her anyway. You see what I'm saying? You'll be on the hamster wheel of a lifetime, going through life, changing yourself every time a bitch have a negative opinion about you, or every time a bitch think that you could be doing something better, or you could be doing it this way, or you can be doing it. You're going to drive yourself crazy. You see what I'm saying? You'll drive yourself crazy. Yeah, man, you guys gotta love yourself, man. Love yourself more than that. Like, it's just crazy the type of shit that I read, and, and again, this was a couple years ago, but I still get stuff like this, right? I still get stuff like this. And a lot of the times it makes me ask myself, like, why are you fucking with a chick who puts you down? There's no way that I could stay with somebody, a woman who's putting me down and is not supporting me. Never, ever in my life. It ain't even because I'm older now and I found my value. Could no woman ever talk to me crazy. And if she did, she got smoke. Not on no physical shit, but I'm not finna, who the fuck you think you talking to? I get up out this bitch and I go to another bitch. You see what I'm saying? I done been there though. I done been in situations where I didn't have my shit together. I didn't have my shit together. I was, I ain't have nowhere to stay, none of this. And I had to depend on a bitch. Well, I didn't have to. I thought in my mind that I did. For somewhere to stay, a car to drive to go make my plays or get from point A to point B, and they'll try their little bullshit. But I'm not, bitch. I sleep outside before I let you talk to me crazy. You see what I'm saying? You gotta ask yourself, why am I dealing with a woman who putting me down? That's not what women are. That's not what they for. They're not supposed to put you down. That's not normal. That's not okay. Your woman is supposed to uplift you and support you, and speak life into you and motivate you, not bring you down, comparing you to other dudes, telling you need to do this and you need to do that. And nah, bro, that's energy vampire shit. And that's what this show is about today. My man had a classic textbook energy vampire. You see what I'm saying? And again, bro, if you watching this, if you see this, I need you to reach out to me, because I want to know I want to know if you took my advice. Right? This chick, you ask, why do you want to keep her in your life, right? And a lot of y'all ask me this. Should I keep her? Should I do this? Should I keep her? Should I stay with her? And it's like, why do you want her in your life? If you see you're not progressing, you trying to come up. This is the invisible ceiling that we're gonna get into. But why keep her if nothing good comes of it? Nothing good comes of it. You can't progress. She holding you down. She beating you down into the ground. She's sabotaging you. She's speaking ill will into you. She planting negative seeds in your mind. She cheating on you. She disrespecting you. It's like, how do you, like, what type of question is that? That's not even a question. Should you keep her in your life? Fuck no. You should get rid of her ASAP. And you should focus on getting your shit together, right? It blows my mind. It blows my mind that guys don't have at least a basic love for themselves to not want to be mistreated. And they ask me questions. They send me emails like this, and some of them worse than this. And they ask me that. Should you keep her? Like, what the? A lot of the times I don't even be wanting to answer that shit, but I have to. I have to understand that, I can't sit on a high horse and treat you a certain type of way because, treat guys a certain way because they didn't come up like I come up, or they didn't come from a world where I come from, or they didn't have the type of upbringing that I had, or the type of love for myself that I had. My mom didn't put me down. My parents didn't put me down. The women in my family, the men in my family, the elders in my family, they didn't beat us down. My people poured life into me. You see what I'm saying? So, I got disciplined and shit like that, but I didn't get talked down to. My mom always spoke highly of me. My aunties, always spoke highly of me and put love into me. So I understand that I didn't come from that type of mental abuse. So I'm not going to treat the guys who come to me like there's something wrong with them. So I understand, but it's just a part of me that be like, bro, how? Even like you don't want to be happy. Like you don't want like cooperation. You don't want, a good life. You don't want to be not stressed and shit. You don't want to, have a woman who treats you right. What type of question is, should you keep her around? That's not even a question to me. Sometimes, like when I get that question, sometimes it bothers me. Like, how the fuck is that even a question? But anyway, I went on a little rant there, but my man, and was in this situation, and I would really love to know what he did with the advice. And a lot of you guys are in situations like that to where you have a chick that's basically holding you back, right? And she's an energy vampire. And what we're about to do is we're about to get into that deep, and that's what the show is going to be about today. Energy vampires and the invisible ceiling. Fellas, have you ever been in a space, or are you in a space to where you feel like something is holding you back? You feel like you're being held back. You can't come up. You can't progress. You can't prosper. You can't reach to the next level. You reach the plateau, right? If that's you, or if that's been you, if you have a woman in your life, that's more than likely the reason. And I like to call those, it's not my term, but call those energy vampires, right? They are the invisible ceiling, right? We tend to, a lot of the times, guys tend to choose mates who don't have our best interests in mind, right? We get into spaces to where, out of comfort, out of convenience, or whatever the case may be, we choose the wrong type of women. And your partner, your woman that you choose to invest in and entertain and spend your time with, is crucial to your success. They're a big part of your success, or they can be a huge part of your failure. You understand what I'm saying? I always say the quality of your life is directly dictated by the women that you choose to entertain, right? And a lot of us sometimes, out of necessity, feeling empty, just money situations, being down in the dumps, depression, whatever, we get the women who's readily available for us at the time. And a lot of the times, most of the times, these are energy vampires. So what's an energy vampire? An energy vampire is a woman who feed off of a man's energy by way of toxicity and negativity. right? The more a man is weak, fellas, the more you weak and the more that you offer your game, the more you insecure, the more you needy, the more you vulnerable, the more you susceptible to the energy vampire, right? Because they feed off of the bottom, right? Because the guys that got their shit together ain't gonna deal with it. Women like this are seeking you out. If you ever been in a place to where you just can't, you just like, damn, I keep meeting all of the women I keep meeting are shitty and, you know, low quality women. Like, why am I attracting these type of women? It's more than likely it's more than likely that you're being targeted by these type of women. They can smell you a mile away, right? And the more that you're in this state, in this low quality state, this low vibrational state, the more you're going to attract them because it's easier for them to get to you. Again, they ain't going to fuck with a guy like me in my space now, right? I'm a red flag to them. I'm a repellent to them. But when you offer your game, when you out of your element, when you low and down in the dumps, that's when they come out. You see what I'm saying? And you know, have I been here before? Of course, I've been here several points in my life. I've been in that space before. This is how I know I know this shit. You see what I'm saying? Because I've dealt with it. I know what to look for. I know what to go through. I know what to spot. I know how to spot them. I know how to navigate this world and sidestep them. You see what I'm saying? A couple years, let's give you a story time. A couple years ago, this was while I was doing this too. My last situation with a woman that was semi-serious, you know, where there was feelings involved and stuff like that, and it was kind of semi-serious. It was a woman who I would consider to be an energy vampire. I've always known this chick. I met this chick when I was about 26 or 27 or something like that. She was 20 years old at the time. So, you know, and she was always kind of, you know, she was just something to fuck on, right? But you know, and she would do me favors, basically. I'm not going to get too much into that. But, you know, she did me favors and, you know, back when my street days or whatever. And, you know, she looked out for me like that. And, you know, it was just like my little bottom, I don't want to say bottom chick, but my little chick I'm smashing that's doing me favors and blah, 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 blah. Just a chick I'm not really taking her too serious. But to me, to her, I was the guy. Like I was that dream guy for her. And so she kind of was that for me for years. You know what I'm saying? She would get in her little relationships or whatever. Then, you know, whenever she in her relationship, she hit me up. It's like that type of thing. Like all throughout the years. It's funny because she kind of still do that now. But even though I don't really fuck with her like that. But when I went through my situation with my kid's mom and we split up, I was in a low spot. I was in a low spot in my life. And this was 2018. Me and my kid's mom split up, and I was with my kid's mom off and on for about the better part of like 11 or 12 years, but it was off and on. It'll be 3 years here. We break up and be split up for a year, you know, but we'll still be fucking and we'll still be dealing with each other, but I be doing my thing. I'm like, I ain't, you know, I move out and everything, but she'll be still on me. My kid's mom, she'll still be clean to me, but I would make it not exclusive. So this went on for 10, 12 years. The last maybe 3 or 4 years of that, I had stopped ripping and running the streets and cheating and fucking with hoes and doing all of this shit. You know, the last 3 or 4 years of that, I was, you know, on my family man shit. And, you know, when we end up breaking up, me and my kid's mom end up breaking up, I was in a low space. That breakup actually inspired me to do, you know, it was one of the things that I don't want to say inspired me, but it was one of the things that made me realize that I need to be doing this. But anyway, we break up and conveniently this girl pops up, the one that I told you that I had been talking to since, you know, for years at this point, that I met when I was 20. She pops up in my life conveniently, right? And so I bring her a little bit closer than what she already was, you know, than what she always was. I bring her closer to me and we start, you know, we started kicking it a little heavy. I bring her more into my world. And this chick was an energy vampire. You know, this chick was really empty. and this is no diss on her, because I know she probably gonna hear this because she watched my shit now. This ain't no diss to her, but she was empty, based on whatever she had going on, based on her life. But she was empty, and she's one of these women who requires a lot. And I'll get into this later. Now, my whole time when I used to mess with her back in the days, I didn't see this because I wasn't paying attention to her like that. We was just fucking. But you know, as I got into her more and started dealing with her more, I started to realize that, you know, she required a lot. And, you know, she wasn't a bad person. She just required a lot. But she gave a lot also, which is the hook. She's very submissive, very compliant. You know, will do anything for you. Will fucking, you know, cook, clean, make your life easy, the whole nine, like times 50. You see what I'm saying? Like, she goes above and beyond in doing this, which feels good, especially when you're coming off of a rebound situation. You see what I'm saying? So, you know, now I know her well enough to know that a lot of the guys who pursue her and shit like that, they don't get that treatment from her because they don't have game. She run over guys. She the type of woman, like, if she'll run over you if you ain't got no game. But being as who I've always been, I know how to pull this stuff out of a woman. So when I got this out of her, she went overboard with it. Super compliant, extra submissive, whatever, right? But I couldn't give her back. I couldn't feel her the way that she needed to be feel. Number one, because I was already in a situation and I don't want to be in another committed relationship at this time. I was focused on this. I had just started getting this off the ground. I just started getting into this, making YouTube videos and stuff like that. So, you know, in my mind, I'm not doing another committed relationship. I need to heal. I need to fucking pour into my purpose. I need to find myself. I need to, you know, get myself back together and get my life back on track, right? So I didn't have the energy to give her what she wanted. So she would pour. And then although I did bring her closer, we kicked it more. You know, I hung out with her all the time. You know, I was giving her more, but I wasn't giving her the commitment. I wasn't doing the things, like I wasn't giving her the commitment. I wasn't taking care of her financially. I didn't get, you know what I'm saying? It was nothing like that. And eventually this became a problem for her. This became a problem for her. And so she started to sabotage. This was the same girl I was talking about. If you go listen to the 10 levels of disrespect video, this was the same girl that I had to end. I think it was like step 5, or, you know, she walked out of the restaurant or something like that on me. This is the same girl. You know, eventually she needed so much from me because she was so empty that she began to sabotage. And she was basically wearing me out and draining my energy. She needed sexual validation all the time. So she would want to have sex fucking 2-3 times a day. Fucking if you know, you're missing for a day or two, she's stressed out and what's going on and all of this shit. And it started to become a headache, right? And she's pulling me in all different directions. But I like her, right? She's providing me value, so I want to keep it. I want to try to do what I can to keep this type of shit around. But it was draining me to the point to where it started affecting my work here, doing this shit. It started affecting my work doing this shit. I'll give you an example. Like one morning, like she's the type of chick, she'll wake you up. You wake up in the morning, she'll wake up. You wake up, first thing first, she start giving you head. Like she's that type of person. But, you know, she's trying to please you so much so she can get what she needs from you, which is nothing wrong with that. When women are submissive to you, they not doing it for, let me say that. When women are submissive to you, they're not doing it just to do it. They want something from you. But energy vampires want more than what you can give. And what you can give will never be enough. You see what I'm saying? They want more and they want more and they want more. And so they go hard. But anyway, she would wake, we woke up. She the type you wake up, she's sucking your dick. Like, you know, she giving you sex whenever she wants. She wants to be touchy-feely all the time. She wants validation all the time. She's always, you know, do you think I'm pretty today? Like, it's that type of shit, which is annoying. It can get annoying and overbearing, right? And if you succumb to this because you want to keep her around, this will start to drain you. So one day we wake up, this is what I knew it was kind of getting bad. We wake up and I used to be stoked about, when I first started this, man, I used to be stoked about reading positive emails and DMs because I was new to it. I still get stoked and I still love it, but you got to think this is when I first started. So I was like super excited. So it's like 6 in the morning. I wake up, roll over. She wake up at the same time. She start topping me off. And so the first thing I do is I get my phone, right? And I'm checking my DMs. Now, again, she's the type of woman who she giving you head and you busting a nut ain't really enough. She want to see that you like it and into it, and she need that type of validation. So the fact that I'm not super into it, which I am into it, I'm just reading my DMs at the same time, but I'm not like grabbing her head and doing all this shit. She feels like something is wrong because she's empty, right? And so that situation started a little beef. And she was like, oh, well, you can't appreciate this and you can't appreciate that. I wake up, the first thing I do is suck your dick and you just want to be on your phone. And in my mind, I'm like, you know how I feel about what I do. You know how I feel about my life's work. You know how I feel about when people message me. You know how I feel about this game. You know how I feel about this because you know me. So you expect me to you want me to put this little bit of, you want me to put this over what I love, right? You want me to prioritize. And she began to show me through her actions that she would rather me prioritize her and her validation over what the fuck I was doing. Although at first it seemed to be, oh yeah, I love it and blah, 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 blah. And hell yeah, do it. And you should do it like this and you should do it like that. But when shit start to get a little comfortable, the true them, it started to expose itself that was, I don't want to say bullshit, but you know, that's just the hook, bro. Their validation means more than what you're doing in your life, right? And so this woman became a problem to me, and she started sabotaging like that. Started to become problematic when I didn't give her the validation that she needed. You know, although she was getting everything from me, right? But, you know, a commitment and shit like that. Well, of course, I wasn't taking care of financially, but, you know, although she was getting a lot from me, it just wasn't enough for her. You see what I'm saying? And so she began to become drama and sabotage. Now, me, I'm smart enough to know, and I got game. I'm a player. I know, okay, once it gets to a certain level, it's over. And I cut her off, I think, level 5 or something like that. The level 5, I cut her off, and, you know. Yeah, so the funny thing is when me and this chick split up, the day we split up, and again, this was somebody who, you know, for the last maybe year and a half at that point, had provided me immense value, you know, and I grew an attachment to this woman. So when we split up, it stung. When we split up, you know, it came to a situation. I was like, I can't do it no more. You know, she was like, I can't, you know, if you don't give me this, then, you know, if you don't do more, then, you know, we out, right? Basically, she started to feel like she needed to explore her options, right? So she can get what she need. When we split up or whatever that day, man, I remember it was early in the morning. I was mad as fuck. I had went to the gym. I wasn't hurt at all, but I was just like, it stung. You know what I'm saying? It stung me, man. You know, it'll sting anybody. I don't care how player you think you are or how smooth and alpha you think you are. When you have an attachment to a woman who does you good and provides you value, when you lose that, it stings. And so this particular day, I was stinging. I was mad as fuck. I went to the gym already. That wasn't enough. I can't be in the gym all day. So now I'm like, okay, I need to take my shit to the next level. You know, I'm thinking, I'm free now. I'm free. I got free time and shit. And so I started to, how can I take my shit to the next level? How can I take my shit to the next level? And I need to focus my energy on something while I'm mad. Not drinking, not smoking, because at this point I don't drink or smoke no more. Normally I would have been drinking or smoking and shit to whatever, but I needed to do something. This was the first time that I felt like this, and I didn't have alcohol and shit to fall back on. So what I decided to do was I'm gonna create a course. I said I'm gonna create a course. I'm gonna finally do the course that I've been wanting to do. I ain't really been having the energy to do it, right? I'm gonna create this course that I wanted to do. And that day I created, the day we split up, I created Attraction 101. I did the whole course in a one day. From my, like literally from I got up that morning early, I went to the gym, and when I came back, I did my YouTube video, I did my video for the day, and I'm just sitting there like, okay, what I'm gonna do? So I'm gonna make a course on attraction. And so I created Attraction 1. I got everything together, compiled all the notes, put it all in I put it all in the PowerPoint, presented it, everything. I recorded it that night. I put it together that day, right? The whole day from sun up to sun, well, from the morning time to the nighttime. I went to bed, woke up went to the gym, and when I came back, I researched how to record a course and all of that shit, and I recorded it all the next day. So 2 days done went by, and I realized how much I had accomplished in 2 fucking days. See what I'm saying? In 2 fucking days, I created something that I still eat off of right now. I still make money from this course right now in 2 days. Just 2 days of sustained focus and sustained effort. You see what I'm saying? Without this energy vampire in my life. You see what I'm saying? Because it gets a point to where it's like, oh, well, you know, you coming over today, you know, come see me, and you stop your work early, or, you know, your mind tell you, okay, well, I'm gonna get off at 5, I'm gonna work, and then I'm gonna get off at 5, or, you know, there's beef, so you can't concentrate, or whatever the case may be. However, a woman is throwing you off your rocker. When I didn't have this, right? When I didn't have this in my way. Now, if she was a supportive person, right? If she was a supportive person, like she appeared to be in the beginning, like she presented herself to be in the beginning for the first few months, or how she presented herself to be the first, you know, when I met her, when, you know, from the time she was 20 years up until that point, then, you know, I'm not going to say I needed her to do it, but if she was a supportive person, I could have got that done, because she would have sat there and helped me do it. You understand what I'm saying? But like she would have before. But once I gave her more of me, that vampire started to come out. And her validation meant more than anything that I was doing. So once I got her away from me, right? Once I got her out of my life, man, I started to skyrocket. Like, I started to skyrocket. And this is when my content started to take a turn for the better. My business started to take a turn for the better. I started getting more followers on Instagram. I started getting more YouTube subscribers. I had finally hit 1,000 subs. I was trying to get 1,000 subscribers forever. I had finally got you know, 1,000 subscribers. I have a product that I can monetize now. So now I'm monetizing my work. See what I'm saying? Because I still don't really make too much money off YouTube. So now I'm monetizing my work now. You see what I'm saying? So now I know I can create courses. A few months later, you know, probably 6 months later, I did How to Make a Woman Fall in Love with You. It just started going uphill from there to what you see today. You see what I'm saying? Once I remove that invisible ceiling, right? Shout out to her. She probably listening, because she a fan of my shit. Shout out to you. It's nothing bad. You know, she know how I feel, but, you know, it's not that she's a bad person, because she not like how the shit y'all be telling me. She ain't like that. You know, she just want a little bit more love than most people can give, because she's empty, you know, and that makes her an energy vampire. Doing that will drain your energy. Trying to fill her up will drain your energy. You see what I'm saying? But when I say she's an energy vampire, I don't mean she's evil or something like that, or that she's a bad person. Very good girl. And hopefully she can meet the man that can fulfill her. She tried to do it after me, didn't work. Now she on to something else. Probably ain't gonna work until she fix herself. But yeah, that was the most recent time in my life that, you know, once I removed that ceiling, man, I began to blossom. And again, it's not her fault. I'm a man, you know, but at the end of the day, your partner, who you have as a partner, who you choose to entertain, is everything, right? When I would be with my kid's mom, man, you know, when I was with my kid's mom, I was in the streets, whipping and running, fucking with hoes, and, doing my thing, right? I was with my kid's mom from the time I was like 23 or something like that. I met her when I was like 20, but we got together seriously when I got out of prison. But when I would be doing good, but I would always reach up, because me and her was always smoke up until we both matured. But it was always smoke. That situation was toxic a lot of the times until I would leave. I would always leave. Like, bitch, you tripping. I'm out of here. I go get me another apartment. I still fuck with you, but we need to be separate. Whenever we get to those points, whenever I would leave and be living on my own again, I would take off, bro. Like, I would just like blossom more and more and more, make way more money, then we get back together, it plateau. Get back together for the next year, it plateau. Something happened, I'd be like, you know what, bitch, fuck you. I'm out, I'm finna go live on my own. To the moon again. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not going to say that because she's not like the other girl. Like my kid's mom, my boy's mom. I got 2 baby mamas, but my boy's mom, who I was with for the longest, she's not like that. She's not needy like that. It's not that type of thing with her. But just the fact that we was fucking beefing all of the time and it was kind of toxic drained me. You see what I'm saying? And I couldn't focus on the things that I need to focus on. But when I moved on my own, every time I moved on my own, got my own shit, I would take off and skyrocket. I would make more money, all type of shit. So, But anyway, yeah, I've been there. So I understand. I've been there a few times in my life to where, women were the ceiling. Women were draining me and I couldn't focus how I needed to focus in order to elevate, And so if you there, then you have to realize that, you have to recognize that. And if you can't recognize that, that's what I'm about to show you how to do. I'm going to show you how to recognize it, and I'm going to show you what they do to drain you of your energy. And again, a lot of the times it's not about them being evil. It's not about them being evil and they have this hatred in their heart and they want to just see you fall. Sometimes that's the case, but sometimes it's not the case. They just be empty based on where they come from, their traumas, how they grew up, or whatever, and they think that a man is going to feel that. You know what I'm saying? And they just require a lot. You understand? So I'm going to show you both. I'm going to show you what that looks like, right? What they look like, how to spot them, and the ways that they drain you. In 2022, there's one haunting question that plagues every single man. How do I make her submit to me? The answer is simple, but most are afraid to learn the truth. Mind games, mixed signals, pullaways, I need space, let's take a break. It will continue on and on and on, slowly consuming you from the inside out. That's why I've spent years and years making this for you. It kills the nice guy energy. It removes the neediness. It eliminates the beta male tendencies. It unleashes a part of you that's been hidden, maybe even your entire life. In fact, when you have this game at this level, you'll become what all women desire. You become who they crave. You'll be noticed as the guy who gets it, the one girls adore, the man she will break all of the rules for. You will become the ultimate ladies' man. These secrets in your hand are an easy shortcut to what you want. Nothing is watered down or politically correct. What's revealed may even make you a little uncomfortable. So I have one important question that could shape the rest of your life. Do you have the courage to become the ultimate ladies' man? Now, energy vampires, they're gonna drain you, right? And they're gonna stop you from reaching your potential because you can't focus, right? It puts an invisible barrier above your head, above your progress. And you always hit this ceiling if you're not careful. And one of the main ways that they do this is like once they have you reeled in, because at first, people in the beginning, people put their best foot forward. They supportive and they doing all of this. They want to see you win. They supportive. They cheering for you. A lot of the times women will do that in the beginning, but then you'll start to notice that, they start sowing seeds of doubt, right? Now some women will do that off the bat, right? Depending on how much they respect you, like how much they don't respect you or what they think of you. They'll start shitting on you from the doubt. But yeah, they'll sow seeds of doubt. Just like the dude who shit I read earlier. They'll sow seeds of doubts. They'll say negative things to you and compare you to this dude and compare you to this dude, or you should be doing this, or you should be doing this. If you don't do this, and I'm not gonna fuck with you. If you're not at this certain spot, I'm not gonna fuck with you. Or what you trying to do, you may have a plan for a business, and they say, well, I don't think it's a good idea, and I don't think maybe you should try something else, or you may want to fucking start a gaming channel or something. They say, oh, well, that ain't gonna make no money. They just showing seeds of doubt and projecting themselves and their insecurities on you, right? And what that does is, the way our brains work as human beings, you can't control it. This is why you have to control what you take in. You have to control what you feed your brain, because the way our brains work, it has no filter. It just processes the information. You understand? You don't get to filter out the information. It just process it. So when you have negative seeds in your mind, these seeds begin to grow. I don't care who you are. If somebody tells you something enough times, eventually you'll start to believe it. So if your girl always shitting on you, your girl always planting negative things inside of you and inside of your mind, and projecting her insecurities or planting her doubts inside of your head, these are going to grow. And this is going to become who you are, and it's going to stop you from reaching your full potential, because eventually you're going to believe you can't do it. Eventually you're going to believe that it's going to take more money than what you have. Eventually you're going to believe that ain't going to make no money. Eventually you're going to believe that you could be doing something else with your time. Eventually you're going to believe, oh, well, the bills need to get paid. How about you go work a regular job? That makes more sense, and that's more practical. You'll start to believe these things if you're not careful. You see what I'm saying? This is why it's important that you have a woman who's truly supportive around you. You see what I'm saying? Because if she's not supporting you, then she's sabotaging you. You understand what I'm saying? Now, another thing that they'll do, right, energy vampires will do, is they'll argue. They like to argue a lot. Arguing, people, a lot of the time, toxic women will argue with you to bond with you, right, to bring the emotions out of you. They feel, they feel something. Right? And feeling something, whether it's positive or negative, is better than feeling nothing. So they'd rather a negative connection to you versus no connection to you. And a lot of the times, the easiest way to get that out of a person is arguing and drama, right? Arguing drains you of your energy. It drains you of your energy. And the person who was seeking the connection and seeking to argue with you, they get energy from it. You see what I'm saying? So you drain, you tired, you stressed, you can't think, you can't, prioritize because you worried about this chick. You trying to come up with, ideas, or you got something to do for your business, but you can't because your mind is on the argument. Your mind is on you being mad, or your mind is on how she tried you, or how she disrespected you, or how the negative things she said during the argument. It's draining, and eventually you become tired and stressed. You see what I'm saying? But they cool, they kicking on because that's the type of energy they wanted, right? And again, a lot of the times, energy vampire women would rather negative energy than no energy. You see what I'm saying? And it's way easier for them to get. It's easier for a person to piss you off than it is for them to please you, truly please you, right? At least that's what they think. Because to please you, they have to change. They have to. When you please a person, you have to step outside of yourself. And energy vampires are typically selfish. So that's a hard thing to do, to step outside of yourself to please a person, right? It's hard to do that. And so the easiest way to get that energy from you wouldn't be to them, it wouldn't be to please you, right? Because if you please a person, you can bond with them. But they got to step outside of themselves, and they're selfish. So the easy way is to argue and create drama and conflict. And this brings the emotions out of you. And these negative emotions are better than no emotions, right? So it drains you. It transfers energy. When you drained, you can't think, you can't concentrate, you can't focus, you're emotional, you're angry and shit all the fucking time. you ain't gonna be able to do the productive things to help you come up. You see what I'm saying? And it also, this satisfies this attention that they seeking. You see what I'm saying? And again, just like, negative emotions are better than no emotions, negative attention is better than no attention to a lot of energy vampire people. You see what I'm saying? So instead of giving you positive energy and positive emotions, instead of behaving in a way that they get this positive energy and these positive emotions, which is hard for a person like that, it's easier to get the negative energy. You see what I'm saying? Now, another way that they drain you, energy vampires drain you, is too much sex. Just like the old girl that I was telling you about, right? They need constant sexual validation. It's not normal. Like the normal healthy person, everybody desires sexual validation, but unhealthy people, energy vampires, they need constant sexual validation. They constantly need to feel wanted. They constantly need to hear you beautiful, you sexy. They constantly need to feel you through sex. And so these are typically women who like to call themselves nymphos, or women who can have sex 2-3 times a day. They empty as fuck, right? And being that they desire this, they fuck a lot. And when you fuck a lot, it drains you. When you busting nuts and shit, that shit drains you. Just like fapping, the whole no-fap thing. The whole no-fap thing is not about jacking off. It's about busting nuts all fucking day, being tired and you can't focus and draining yourself. You see what I'm saying? So that's why they do that. But it's the same thing. What's the purpose of no-fap when you got a bitch who you fucking 2-3 times a day and draining? You tired. You busting a nut. You laying up, busting nuts and tired, and she just soaking your energy up. When you fucking a lot, that shit draining. You see what I'm saying? It's very draining, and it's time consuming, right? I made a post on Twitter, and it kind of ruffled some feathers. I don't know why, but when we have, fellas, pay attention to this. When we get a woman to have sex with us, we've conquered them. When you bust a nut, when you ejaculate, they've conquered you. That's the ultimate validation. You see what I'm saying? So every time that they're doing this, the more they conquering you, the more they conquering you, the weaker you become. You see what I'm saying? That's why you see pimps don't have sex with their women like that. The more a woman conquers you, the more a woman can conquer you. And I'm not saying not to have a healthy sex life, by the way, right? But too much is not good, right? The more a person conquers you, the average you see to them. The average they see you. I sounded like a Crip. But the average they see you, right? And sometimes they begin to look down on you if they can see that you don't have sexual discipline, right? But you don't appear to be this godlike figure, right? And pimps use this. This is what pimps do to appear that way. They withhold sex from their women. You see what I'm saying? And they make them earn their sex. And a lot of times when they do have sex, they don't bust a nut. You see what I'm saying? They would rather jack off and bust a nut in the toilet than to let that woman get that out of them. That's a psychological thing. But this is why pimps can make a bitch fuck 1 million dudes a day and get all the money. This is why pimps have the highest level, the highest form of game. You see what I'm saying? Because they understand that concept. And Sugar Free, shout out to Sugar Free, old school pimp. He said, women like to, when you meet women, they like to see you as gods. It's some real game, right? They see you as gods. They over project, their fantasy onto you, right? Well, if she can see and touch God whenever she want to, right? If she can drain God whenever she want to, are you God to her? Are you the king to her? You see what I'm saying? Again, I'm not telling you don't have sex with your woman. I'm not telling you don't have a healthy amount of sex with your woman, but always remember, when you submitting to them, when they conquering you, what it does. You see what I'm saying? The more you do it, the more a woman can get that out of you, the more a woman can conquer you, whether it's through you ejaculating 3 times a day or you eating her pussy every day. they begin to see you as less of a king. This is real shit. I don't give a fuck what nobody tell you. This is real shit. And besides, that fucking sex 2-3 times a day, that shit get old. That shit get tiring real fucking fast. I'd like to see, and I'm not saying that you can't have sex 2-3 times a day and sustain a long, healthy relationship. I'm not saying that you can't, but I haven't seen it. And if you've been with a woman for more than 5 or 10 years and y'all still going on and you have sex 2-3 times a day consistently, let me know. I don't think that exists. There's a reason why women start to disrespect you. They start to fucking, you know what I'm saying? They start to disrespect you. They start to treat you like the regular guy. And they start to treat you like common or average or like a peasant. It's because you behaving like one. You see what I'm saying? But energy vampires, to bring it back full circle, energy vampire women require a lot of sex. You know, the ones who need that sexual validation, right? That sexual attention, that sexual validation, they require a lot of sex. And you got to be careful if you can't keep up with them. If you can't give a woman that, now all energy vampires are not needy sexually, but a lot of them can be. And if you can't give a woman who's an energy vampire, who requires a lot of sex, if you can't keep up with that, she gonna cheat on you, my boy. You understand what I'm saying? So just know that the energy vampires, there are energy vampire women who require constant sexual validation, and you're not going to be able to, as one man, you're not going to be able to sustain that. You feel what I'm saying? That's going to drain the fuck out of you. Ejaculating, especially the older you get, is draining. You see what I'm saying? Now just imagine you doing it 2, 3, 4 times a day, just like them dudes that's fapping or who jacking off 3, 4 times a day. It makes you tired. You can't focus and all of that shit. It's the same thing if a bitch is doing it for you. So understand that. Now another way that energy vampires drain you is like too much drama generally. Arguing. We did the arguing thing, but drama about the job, they're just always coming to you with drama. Something dramatic is happening, whether it be their friends, their mama, their family, their job. You is always some sort of drama. And this drains your fucking energy, right? And when it's drama with them, when it's something that you ain't doing, like the girl who fucking, like the girl I was telling you about, she tried to give me head, but I was looking at my thing and I wasn't responding the way that she would like me to respond. That's drama. And that shit, it gets you emotional, right? When you are emotional all the time because of drama, it's hard. It's going to be hard for you to navigate. It's going to be hard for you to navigate life and do the right things in life and make the right decisions because you emotional. It's, emotional captain can't steer the boat. The world is not, as men, being in our emotions, and I'm not saying to not feel emotions, but operating off of your emotions is never a good thing. And when you got a woman who creates drama all the time, a drama queen, this is going to keep you in an emotional state. And this emotional state is going to make it hard for you to navigate. It's going to take away from your focus of progression. So instead of focusing on how you can build your business or how you can take your purpose to the next level or how you can make more money, you're going to be focused on fixing your relationship. The focus becomes, how do I get my love life together? How can I fix my relationship? A lot of y'all message me asking me, how can you fix your problems? That's what y'all concerned about. Instead of how can you add more value to the world, how you can make more money in your business, how you can become a better man. Y'all message me every single day, hundreds of times a day. How can you fix your love life? Because some bitch is causing you drama. And that's not where your energy should be focused on. Your energy should be focused on progressing, self-improvement, and making the world better. A woman who is about you, who's healthy, who's not an energy vampire, she's going to make sure that you do that and that your energy is not on fucking fixing problems. You only got 24 hours in a day. You only have so much brain space. You only have so much brain power. You only have so much brain capacity. right? And if the majority of it is focused on fixing a problem, making your girl happy, how can we not have drama? How can we get this to be on track? How can we, how can I be happier in my relationship? How can I satisfy her? If this is where your brain power is going, you neglecting yourself. So they drain you. And when you neglect yourself, you always hit a ceiling. You know what I'm saying? You always hit a ceiling. You always bump. When you always hit that plateau. You feel what I'm saying? Again, a woman who's healthy, a woman who's stable, a woman who wants the best for you, who's not selfish, because energy vampire women are selfish. They are going to push you into the direction that you need to be because it's going to benefit them in the long run. That's what smart women do. A smart woman gonna want you to be the best that you can be because they get the fruits of your labor. That's what smart feminine women do, and women who healthy, that's what they do. They get the benefits. They reap the rewards of the man being great. And they ain't got to get out there and go be great and take the bumps and the bruises and scrapes and heartbreak and letdowns and all that shit. The man can do all that. And they sit back, pump him up, and they reap the benefits of it. You see what I'm saying? But energy vampire woman, they don't see the world that way. They selfish. It's validation over everything. They think short-sighted. You see what I'm saying? They think, how can I be happy right now? It's not about him. It's not about him being happy, right? He read a message. He read a message that made his day better. And if his day's better, then my day gonna be better because he gonna want to go out to eat and enjoy himself and he gonna take me. It's not about that. It's how can I feel validated right now? And if I can't feel validated right fucking now, then it's gonna be a problem. These problems is going to get in the way of your progression, my boy. You see what I'm saying? Nah, yeah, that's too much drama. But in the last way, of course there's more. I could be here all day though. Of course there's more, but these are the ones I think that's the main. But the last thing that drains your energy, and it's more so, this one is not more so about them being energy vampires, is that you make them energy vampires when you do this. It's being in relationships who you aren't attracted to. You have to get women who you are attracted to on both fronts. The sexual attraction and that you think that she's a great loving mother. You have to, because when you don't, it becomes a chore to give her that attention. And she may be healthy, right? She may not be an energy vampire, but you neglecting her because you don't have it to give her because you're not attracted to her, it's going to become a problem. It's a chore to give her the type of attention that she wants or that she desires. And it's not because she wants a lot, but it's because you don't have it to give. And so this is going to become a problem in itself. So you have to get with women you are attracted to. Women do the same dumb shit. Women do the same thing. Women get with a guy who's a provider, right? They get with a guy who's a provider, right? And it's not that this guy is just a simp and needy and shit, but he has a regular human being who wants to be desired by his partner. So it's a chore for her to suck his dick because she's not attracted to him in that way. She's attracted to him on the provision and what he can do financially, but she's not attracted to him to the point to where she want to get on her knees and submit herself to him sexually. So it becomes a chore to her. And now that it becomes a chore to her, this shows up in her behavior. And it's not that the man is needy, it's just the man is not getting any at all. And so now he's frustrated. You see what I'm saying? So you guys have to stop being in relationships with women who you are not feeling like that. Guys tell you, oh, well, you got to get a woman who loves you more than you love her. And, you got to get a woman who's more attracted to you than her. That's bullshit, bro. What you're going to do is you're going to create a situation to where that woman becomes an energy vampire. And it's not because she's empty like the rest of them. It's just because you're not even meeting her basic needs as people expect their partners to. You see what I'm saying? You make sure you're attracted to your woman. That game is, let me say this, that's some low level rookie That type of game is very low level, is very fucking weak in my opinion, right? In order for you to sustain something long term, you have to get with somebody that's not attracted to you. I mean, that you not as attracted to, or that's more attracted to that's more attracted to you than they are of them. That's whack, bro. That's whack. You mean to tell me you can't get a woman who you equally attracted to or you think is drop dead fucking gorgeous, right? You mean to tell me you can't keep your composure together? You can't keep your game strong, although you're attracted to a person? So in order for your game to work, this is how weak it is, right? In order for your game to work, in order for your way of doing things as a man to work, in order for your strategies to work, you can't be that attracted to her. That's the most, I ain't gonna say the most, but that's weak, that's low level game. Real players get with women that they're attracted to, and they still can control them. You see what I'm saying? That's bullshit. Get with women who are you attracted to, because on all fronts, because when you don't, it becomes a chore. Women are going to have needs too. They're going to have sexual needs too, even on a healthy level. And if you can't to provide this, then it's going to become a problem. And being as though, you don't have it to give them, it's going to frustrate you too. And it's going to become energy draining. Just thinking about, on the way home, just thinking about, my girl gonna want sex tonight. I don't want to fucking fuck her because she's a hog. Oh my God, what do I have to do? I got to drink some beers. And just thinking about that drains you. You see what I'm saying? Because you listening to some dudes tell you, well, get a woman who's more attracted to you or who loves you more. No. Get your game together. Be the best person that you can be. Motherfucker, have a spine, have a backbone. Be a stand-up fucking dude, and you don't have to worry about dating down in order to control a bitch over the long term. Just make sure you on point. You can get with women you attracted to or head over heels with and still control a relationship and still have healthy, long-lasting relationships, even if you think that. I've been with plenty of women who I was head over heels for. You see what I'm saying? Head over heels for. I thought they was fucking, what they say, smoke shows. You see what I'm saying? But guess what? Did I lose my frame and all that? Fuck no. Losing no frame. Like y'all say, you lose frame. The only way that you can have frame is if you're not attracted to the bitch. That's crazy to me. That's low-level game. Stop listening to these low-level game spitting dudes that don't know what the fuck they talking about. Or let me not say know what the fuck they talking about, but they spitting the game from a low level. I say that. They spitting the game on some rookie shit. There's nothing more. It's some game too. Let me give you guys some game. There's nothing more intoxicating for a woman, right? And real players know this. Let me put my devil horns on. Than for her to think that you can't control yourself sexually when it comes to her. And when I mean control yourself, I mean not bust 50 nuts a day, right? But her sexuality, when she feels like you get lost in her sexuality, it's the most intoxicating thing for a woman. And if you can control that control, you'll have a woman forever. That probably just went over most of y'all's heads, right? But the guys who know what's up know how to turn that on and off, know how to show a woman, like, when I get around you, I can't keep my hands off you. I can't control myself. Women, when a woman is attracted to you, I mean, when you are super into a woman and you're attracted to her, if she like you. Now, I'm not talking about simps, because y'all going to be like, oh, well, what about all the guys in her inbox that she don't like them? I'm talking about the guys she likes, who she's into, right? Don't apply to that. If she likes you, and you like her too, it's intoxicating. Just like it's intoxicating for you when a woman desires you, and a woman just like, a woman is just like, can't keep her hands off you. That makes you feel good. It makes them feel good too. You understand what I'm saying? But you got a chick who you don't like that, but she just, she like you more than you like her and shit. It's like that. You don't have to play that game to keep a woman in check or to keep a woman submissive. You don't have to play that game. Just step your fucking game up. But I teach you how to do that. UltimateLadiesMan.com. April 4th. Get on the wait list, by the way. But yeah, again, being in relationships, I'm going to bring it back because I kind of went far off with it. But being in relationships with women who you aren't attracted to, you make them energy vampires, even though they're healthy. Because, again, you giving the basic shit becomes a chore, which drains you. Them not receiving the basic shit becomes neglect, and they cause drama, which drains you. You understand what I'm saying? This is real game.
In today's social media age, the dating game has become ruthless and competitive, with the technological advances we've made in society being the main culprit. Social media and dating apps have leveled the playing field so that now women have the power of choice and options. But where does that leave you? Frustrated, disappointed, lonely, left on scene, canceled dates, ghosting. Let's just be friends, and I need to get to know you more. Rejections. I know it seems like you're on a dark, dead-end road, but that changes right now. I have the solution for you. I have the keys to transform you into the ultimate ladies' man that women can't resist. Yes, you too can be amongst the 5% of men who know this game. This system will teach you the entire seduction process, from the initial approach all the way to escalating to sex. Learn step by step how to transform yourself into the attractive man that the modern woman finds irresistible. Gain valuable skills such as screening, texting, flake prevention, sexual escalation, and so much more. Are you ready to start winning? Are you ready to become the ultimate ladies' man?
Now, I just showed you what the ways that energy vampire women, they drain you, right? I just showed you how they drain you and the things that they do to drain you. Of course, there's always more. There's always more. Now, I'm going to show you what to look for, how to tell if the woman that you're dealing with or the woman that you're thinking about getting into a situation with is an energy vampire, right? So I made a tweet. I put out a tweet the other day. And of course it went over guys' heads. Of course guys didn't understand it. But again, just low level motherfuckers, right? And I'm not saying that in a bad way, but just there's levels to this shit. That said, champion the women who support you when you fall, but side-eye the women who come around when you're down. I'm gonna say that again. Champion the women who support you when you fall, but side-eye the women who come around when you're down. Those are energy vampires. The women who come around when your dick is in the dirt, when you down and out, when you depressed, you struggling, when you ain't got it together, when you broke, those type of women, those are the type of women who you typically going to attract. But when I made that tweet, guys didn't get it. Oh, the women who come around when you down, those the real riders. No, they ain't, bruh. They're not. Guys tend to think, right, women who come around when they down, there's just something special about them, and that they riders and they ride or die. That's false. They're energy vampires. The reason that you attract them, put it like this. Put it like this. You are what you attract, right? When you hear a girl say all of the guys who did her dirty and shit, what's the first thing come to your mind? Well, you are what you attract. You attracted them. It got to be something about you. So if you in a state as a man, you're low, your confidence ain't together, you're insecure, you're broke, you're in a bad spot, you're trying to get over the breakup or whatever, you think you're going to attract healthy, beautiful, sane, feminine women? No, you are what you attract. Those women who come around are something is up with them, bro. They not coming around because they just want to pull you out of the dirt and march you to greatness. It don't fucking work like that. That's a delusion and a fantasy that guys like to live in. Guys who don't have their shit together like to live in, right? The reason that they coming around you, bro, Number one, you being targeted. You understand what I'm saying? The reason that they coming around you is because you are the outlet for toxicity. You are the toxic dump because they can't pull that shit on me. They can't be toxic with me. They can't control me, but they can control you. Like my man, whose email I read earlier, who was in prison, right? That's why she was with him. He was down, he was low, he had just got out of prison, he ain't had no self-worth. She did that, he was the dump. That's why they come around you. You see what I'm saying? They come around you because you put up with their shit. That's why. You are being targeted. They actively seek guys out like this. They actively seeking you out. When you on your dates, if you put it like this, if you on a date, right, and you tell a woman about your struggles or how you struggling, and she still fuck with you, she an energy vampire. That shouldn't, a good woman, that should run her away. Your toxic shit you got going on and your bullshit that should run any healthy person away. You see what I'm saying? If a woman come around you and they see you in the dirt, it's because they have some baggage too. And you are what you attract. And they coming for your blood. They're coming for blood and energy. You feel what I'm saying? Is that to say, is that to say if you broke, you can't get a good woman? No. I'm talking about your overall being, your confidence level, your self-worth, your self-value and stuff like that. Not whether you have money or not. You don't need money to get a good woman, right? But when you're in a bad space, when you just got out of a breakup, what's the worst? Fellas, think about this. What's the worst type of situation? Who do you dirtiest? Who do you the dirtiest? Your ex that left you or the fucking rebound? Who you got attached to and went back to they dude? That be the worst. But why did that rebound come around? Because you was in a low state mentally. And this is what attracted you to her. This is what she was attracted to in you. Use easy pickings. Because a guy who got it together, they can't thrive in that type of environment. You see what I'm saying? So again, this ain't about, when I say down, this not about money. It's not just about money. But typically when guys don't have their money together, they don't have their mind together. They have low they have low self-worth. They have low self-respect, low dignity and shit like this. And when you in this state, these are the types of women you're going to attract. You're being targeted, my brother. So side-eye the women who come around when you down. For sure. And it's not just about money. Let me say that again. Good, healthy, sane women want you to have your shit together. There's nothing wrong with that. Y'all get so jaded in your feelings. Well, if she didn't have me, if she wasn't with me at my worst, then she don't deserve me at my best. That's the stupidest shit ever. It's stupid when they say it. If think about this. When women say that, you be like, oh man, it's so, why should I want you when you was a whore and shit and you was letting everybody fuck, now you want me to want you? That whole saying that you shouldn't want me at my, you shouldn't want me at my best if you don't deserve me at my best if you didn't want me at my worst. If it's stupid when they say it, it's stupid when you say it. It applies. It's the same thing. I got a daughter, bro. You think I'm not gonna teach her to stay away from dudes who don't have confidence, who feel sorry about themselves, who don't value themselves, who don't have integrity, who's in the mud, who's, mentally fucked up, emotionally fucked up? You think I'm not gonna tell her to stay away from dudes like that? You see what I'm saying? That's healthy. It's healthy that a woman wants you at your fucking best. I want the woman at her best. You should want the woman who wants you at your best. You see what I'm saying? This is how healthy people think. I want the woman who got me at my best, because that let me know I'm doing something right. I don't want the woman who want me when I'm down and out. Like, what is it about you? What is it about you? What is it about you that's attracted to that? Just like women think, the women who are whores and shit and who just the sluttiest people and who shitty, this is how they think when guys wipe them up. Like, what is it about you that's attracted to me? Something gotta be, because I know how foul I am. Why are you attracted to me? This is how they look at it. You see what I'm saying? But that whole fucking, oh, she should have me at, she don't deserve me at my best if she couldn't have me at my worst. That's bullshit, bro. And that's a delusional fantasy that people live in, men and women. And if it sound dumb when they say it, it sound dumb when you say it. Now, the next type, the next thing to look out for, energy's vampire type of women are cougars. I'm sorry to bust your bubble, fellas. That cougar coochie ain't good. It's not good. It may be good sexually. They maybe can teach you some things. That's cool. They teach you sexual stuff. It's exciting. It's cool, right? But let's think logically for a second. If an older woman is dating down, if a mature, quote unquote, mature woman is dating down, hell, if any woman is dating down, and when I say dating down, I mean dating down economically, fucking emotionally, whatever. If she's dating down, there's a real reason. And that reason is not a good reason. Women typically don't date down. Typically. And if they do, they're trying to control you. They're trying to be, they see you as a toxic dump. They want to dump their toxicity on you. They want to stress you out. They want to drain your energy, right? They know, cougars know that young 18, 19, 21-year-old don't have any value. He know that he don't have self-worth yet. He don't have his shit together. They know the state he in. And so they know that these type of guys will accept their bullshit. They fun at first, right? They super fun at first, but they know that these guys are going to put up with their bullshit. They know the guys at their age ain't going to put up with their bullshit. You see what I'm saying? They know guys, a woman who's 37, if she on some bullshit, she know that I'm not going guys, most guys her age who have their shit together are not going to put up with their bullshit. They know this. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that it's something wrong with a woman wanting sexual excitement that come from a young dude. That's cool, but a lot of the times cougars like to lock you in into a long-term situation or to something serious, and they entice you sexually. They got all the moves. They know how to suck dick better than your 19-year-old peers. They know how to cook better. They know how to spray the perfume a certain type of way. They got secret perfumes and secret candles that fucking make you lazy and shit and all type. I'm telling you, they know what they doing. You see what I'm saying? They get them cameras from them fucking flea market witches and fucking, they got the scent in it that make you lazy and make you turned on and all type of shit. Put shit in your food and open you up and all. I'm telling you, they know what they doing and they use this on them young dudes and this how they hook y'all, right? And you'd be like, well, what if she breaking me off? Because they do. They trap you financially. They get you financially, right? But if you pay attention, if they do bless you financially, it ain't going to be nothing so that you can boss up. You see what I'm saying? Because number one, they know how to spot a guy who will take that and flip it and make him something. You see what I'm saying? And put himself in a position. They ain't gonna fuck with a young dude like that. You see what I'm saying? But if they know, okay, you cool with, she'll buy you a car. Right? She'll buy you a car. You can get back and forth to work, but that car ain't gonna help you take it to the next level. Ask her to give you a loan to start your business. Tell her to take out a business credit. With her good credit, tell her to take out a business loan in your name and see if she do it. She'll buy you clothes and get you fly. She'll take you out to eat and all that shit. She'll buy you a car, all that shit. But I bet you she won't put you in no position to boss up, because when you boss up and you find your value and see your value, you're not going to become attractive to her no more, and she know that. Cool, they good for fun and shit, but don't take no cougar serious. It's a reason that she's dating down. You side out any woman who dating down, because they biologically hardwired to date up. Men who better than them, men who make more money than them, men who got more confidence than them, leaders. They hardwired to do this, or at least be on the same level. If a woman is dating down, something is wrong, bro. Cougars typically date down. An 18, 19-year-old man is pretty much rendered useless to society. Right? Society standpoint. I'm not saying that you're useless. If you're 18, you have a lot of purpose to give the world. You can make the world a better place. You have that in you. You just got to go do it. But on paper, you have nothing of value then outside of maybe your sexuality, right? And sexuality, women have so much sexual options that don't really matter. But you can't provide, you can't lead anything. You have really, on paper, you have nothing to you can't provide for a family. So if a woman is looking at you, bringing you into a long-term situation, that's not funny to you. That don't seem suspicious. Like the Dr. Umar meme, that don't seem suspicious. You see what I'm saying? Again, you young like that, they know that you don't have it. You don't have the value. You don't know your value. You can't provide for them. And if they fucking with you anyway on anything serious, then you should side out. That. Stay away from cougars. Another way to that you can spot energy vampires, and I have a course on this. By the way, how to properly vet women. Go to Savior Bro Academy. I go way more in depth on this type of shit. But another way that you can spot energy vampires is if you were you're in a rebound situation. So if you meet a woman and she tell you she just broke up with her man, or she just got out of a long-term situation that caused trauma or whatever, that's more than likely. I'm not saying she a permanent flawed person that's going to be an energy vampire all her life, but her needs will make her an energy vampire. When women go through breakups, they typically vulnerable and empty, right? And when they vulnerable and empty, they require a lot, and it's going to drain your energy. Rebound situations are never good anyway. You never pay attention. When I just got out of a relationship, or we split up, or it's complicated and all this old bullshit, you a rebound. You hear it's complicated, or shit like that, you a fucking rebound. And number one, they gonna drain the fuck out of you, right? They require so much. All of the stuff that I was telling you earlier about, all of the shit that they require, the validation, the constant attention, the sex and all of that, the constant need for sexual validation, they gonna require that. Number two, when the baby daddy or the husband or whoever say, hey, I miss my family, it's over for your ass. It's the main problem, probably the main problem. If I count over the years, if I could say what's the most common problem guys have, it's this rebound shit. You see what I'm saying? It's dealing with women and not knowing that they was a rebound. The baby daddy hit them up, and the thing is, they pour so much into the woman because the woman require it. And so when you pouring so much into them and you investing so much into them, you invested now. Now it's feelings, but then you don't know that they got an emotional attachment. It's not that you don't know, you don't realize, and you're not thinking clear, that they have an emotional attachment to a guy. And he gonna hit her up and say, I want my family back. I miss my family, or whatever. And it's over for your ass. And you so invested because you poured so much because she needed so much. You see what I'm saying? Rebound situations are classic energy vampires. Another way to spot energy vampire is automatic submission and early clinginess. When women are submissive, I'm not talking about compliant, I'm not talking about cooperative, but I'm talking about full submission immediately, and she's clingy early, immediately. These are energy vampires. They reel you in because they understand a man's kryptonite. They understand our need for submissive women and how much we desire submissive women, and how it appeals to the ego when a woman's clingy. See, men think, oh, she clingy, I'm doing something right. I got it like that she craving me and she want to cling on to me. That's what most guys think, right? And that's true to a degree. But when it's too early, when it's too much, these are the signs of an energy vampire, right? Sane, healthy, good women, which I like to call good women, will require some type of investment, some type of effort. I'm not talking about for being cooperative, being compliant, but I'm talking about full submission. They give themselves to you, and they own your program now. This type of submission and this type of clinginess, you're going to have to show them something. I'm not saying a good, healthy woman won't fuck you on the first night or provide you value, but to where you have her completely and she lives for you, this takes time, my bro. This ain't no overnight thing. And so if you get in this immediately, that's a red flag. This is a woman trying to what they call, I don't want to say necessarily love bombing, but this is kind of like love bombing when they give you it all up front. This is to reel you in and open you up. This is an energy vampire. Beware. Another thing you can look for is I love hard. I talked to y'all about that last week, I think, on the last week's episode. But when women say I love hard, these are energy vampires. I love hard means I'm so empty that I'm going to stress you out and become a burden for the validation that I need, the attention that I need. And so I want you to think that that's love. I want you to think me being super needy and clingy and overbearing, I want you to think that that's love, but that's not love. So that's what it means, I love hard. And energy vampires say I love hard. That's the telltale sign of an energy vampire. Well, I love hard. The easiest way, ask a woman this, right? When you at a date, say, what's your flaw? That's the easiest way to get that out of here. Say, what's your flaw? If she say, I love hard, she an energy vampire. Because women, a lot of the times women aren't accountable, right? And so when you ask them what's their flaw or what's their toxic trait, they're going to say something that makes them seem like more of a victim than they should be. Oh, well, I give people too much. They ain't going to say that I'm a super toxic bitch who's a cheater. They're going to say, I give people too much, or I'm too trusting, or I give to the point to where people exploit me, or I love hard. They're not going to hold that mirror up and tell you their true toxic traits. But I love hard is one of the things that they're going to say. And if you hear that, run the other way. Another thing that you can spot is isolation. And we about to get up out of here because I done had y'all too long, but when your girl is trying to isolate you, they ain't gonna do it in the beginning. If she doing it in the beginning, she wild. But after a couple months, a few months, she start to isolate you. She start to have problems with your friend, or I don't like him. Now that's one thing for your girl to be looking out, trying to look out for you, because you are gonna have guys in your life who are shitty, who ain't no good for you. And sometimes a good woman can be able to see that. You see what I'm saying? But a lot of the times you have women who are energy vampires who try to get you away from your friend group. Whenever you want to, go out with your boys or do something with your boys, she start drama. She has a problem with doing so. She fucking has a problem with this guy. This guy, the guy who's confident, who knows his value and shit like that, she gonna have a problem with that dude. She get around y'all and she see that this guy is a guy who stand up for himself. He knows his value and self-worth. She gonna have a problem with that dude. A lot of my homeboys who's had energy vampire girls, they girls always had a problem with me. And it's not because I'm a bad dude. I'm a very good dude. And I'm very loyal to my friends and the people. I'm a very loyal dude. I don't fuck dudes over or nothing. It's that when they get around me, they gonna be gamed up. And so they're going to start looking at the girl funny. And women know that, and they see that in your friends. So when you see her trying to isolate you from your friends and isolate you from your support system, they got a problem with your mama, they got a problem with your cousins, they trying to isolate you, be careful. Isolation is dangerous. When a woman is isolating you, she's setting you up, bruh. She about to come from the kill. She isolating you from your hobbies. Every time you want to do your hobby, she got a problem with it. She's shitting on your hobby. You want to go play your little video game. She want it to be all about her. She don't want you to have nothing else to cling on but her. This allows her to mistreat you and drain you. You see what I'm saying? Isolation is dangerous. Don't let a woman isolate you. Again, they try to isolate you from your friends, your hobbies, your passions, your career, other women, your family. This is a predator tactic. You see what I'm saying? When men do it too, like men do this with women, men who are predators, you'll hear stories from women, men who are predators, and who are abusive and shit. They try to get the woman to move from out of their home state or move from out of their city so they don't have a support system and they can mistreat them. And so this is the narrative, right? And the reason I brought up men is because I want you to see that this is the common narrative that men do this type of shit, right? But women do this type of shit just as much. The narrative is that men do it. So when a woman is trying to isolate you, trying to get you to move, or trying to get you to ditch your friends, or trying to get you to ditch your hobbies, your career, separating you from your family, creating drama with the people around you and shit, Be careful. This is an energy vampire. Watch for the hook. She's going to drain you and mistreat you. All right, fellas, that ends that. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Again, next week, I think it's next week. Yeah, next week, we're opening for enrollment. April 4th will be doors open for the Ultimate Ladies Man Summit. Get on the wait list right now. I'm going to send the link to register via email. So that's how you're going to be able to register. So get on the wait list right now, ultimateladiesman.com. 3 courses: Attraction 101, How to Make a Woman Fall in Love with You, and the Ultimate Ladies Man Dating Guide. 5 webinars, some of the best coaches in the game that come in to teach you and train you their expertise. A year's worth of bi-weekly private Zoom game coaching sessions with me, and a private access to the Telegram chat with me. You have private access to DM me anytime you want. So all of this is available when you purchase the Ultimate Ladies Man Summit, which will be next week, April 4th. Get on the wait list right now. This shit is going to be huge. Do not miss this shit. But anyway, again, this show is available via Spotify, Apple Music, Google Podcasts, YouTube, all the big platforms. And join the Patreon, patreon.com/KingDreism, and follow me on all social media, TikTok, IG, Twitter at KingDreism, KingDreism, and YouTube, Captain Saver Bro Show. So in YouTube, type in search and type in Captain Saver Bro Show, and voila, you get to your boy, the King, your gracious game advisor, King Dre. Again, I appreciate you guys for tuning in. I'm gone.
In 2022, there's one haunting question that plagues every single man. How do I make her submit to me? The answer is simple, but most are afraid to learn the truth. Mind games, mixed signals, pullaways, I need space, let's take a break. It will continue on and on and on, slowly consuming you from the inside out. That's why I've spent years and years making this for you. It kills the nice guy energy. It removes the neediness. It eliminates the beta male tendencies. It unleashes a part of you that's been hidden, maybe even your entire life. In fact, when you have this game at this level, you become what all women desire. You become who they crave. You'll be noticed as the guy who gets it, the one girls adore, the man she will break all of the rules for. You will become an ultimate ladies man. These secrets in your hand are an easy shortcut to what you want. Nothing is watered down or politically correct. What's revealed may even make you a little uncomfortable. So I have one important question that could shape the rest of your life. Do you have the courage to become the ultimate ladies man? In today's social media age, the dating game has become ruthless and competitive, with the technological advances we've made in society being the main culprit. Social media and dating apps have leveled the playing field so that now women have the power of choice and options. But where does that leave you? Frustrated, disappointed, lonely, left on scene, canceled dates, ghosting. Let's just be friends and I need to get to know you more. Rejections. I know it seems like you're on a dark, dead-end road, but that changes right now. I have the solution for you. I have the keys to transform you into the ultimate ladies man that women can't resist. Yes, you too can be amongst the 5% of men who know this game. This system will teach you the entire seduction process from the initial approach all the way to escalating to sex. Learn step by step how to transform yourself into the attractive man that the modern woman finds irresistible. Gain valuable skills such as screening, texting, flake prevention, sexual escalation, and so much more. Are you ready to start winning? Are you ready to become the ultimate ladies man?